Hello, hello. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Hey, family. I just want to say I love y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Trying to wait for some of y'all to come on. Share, share, share. Like. Comment, comment. Share, share, share. Like. Comment, comment. I just want to thank God for being God. I just want to thank God for being God. And I finally, this right here, y'all, is I have 10 programs in here. I think I got about 2, maybe 3 nonprofits, and the rest is businesses, right? I know I got 2 nonprofits. I know that. So, and I think I added another one. But what I'm getting ready to talk about, right? I had to make sure my speaker is on just to think about it. What I'm getting ready to talk about is basically what we are doing to help Baltimore City move forward. Now, I'm gonna go back on some of the stuff, right, that talking with Julian at Fox 45 News, right? Now, I know I was somewhere and the people was talking about how like Fox 45 News lies and 13 lies and 11 lies and this lies. But people need to understand it's news. Whether it's good or bad, it's news, right? And that's their whole point of reporting the news. But when you have people that wants to come out and y'all deliberately know they lying on the news, it's not the news people fault or the interviewer fault. They just coming out to create news, get the news. So I'm just saying that, right, because I thank God once again that Fox 45 reached out to me, and I got to go back to Giovanni Patterson again. I'm gonna say that because Giovanni Patterson knew that I was trying to be like incognito. I was trying to move behind the scene and doing things, stuff like that. So he asked me, and that's what broke the ice again. He asked me to come out to the town hall meeting in the 6th district. And I'm sitting up there because y'all know I can go hard. Y'all know me. And I'm like, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to do that because now I kind of got some peace in my life. And what people is doing to manipulate and play with y'all and get over on y'all already know what they're doing. But it seems like when I talk about it, I become the problem. Y'all already know they screwing y'all. But because I'm saying it, and I don't know if that makes y'all feel kind of like dumb because you know what's happening to you, but Big Mouth Steve talking about it. So I was getting to the point that I call myself just backing up, right, and moving in silence for doing whatever I want to do to help our city. Uh, that's why my goal is to bring the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God in whatever we do, right? Not only, and I'm saying this, if you do not like to hear about the solution on these issues that we're dealing with, do not come on my live. I do not need you to come on here while I'm talking and trying to make it seem like I'm lying. I don't have a reason to lie. That's what I'm trying to say. So when I come on, my whole thing is to deal with what I know as the truth, not nobody else's. Basically, it's part of my personal experience with whoever. So I don't need you to try to fix my stuff, add or take. I don't need you to do that. Because when I come on here, it's about sharing what I know personally and what I have experienced personally. So I don't need all that other stuff. I just got off the phone not too long ago with Brenda Myers. I don't understand some people. You went out to Middle River. It's supposed to have been over a racist statement, right? Now you call yourself going back out there, Rick Vaughn, trying to ignite this again. And Larry Wallace, if y'all haven't understand or y'all haven't seen Larry yet as the liar that he is, shame on you. If that's entertainment for y'all and y'all want to keep sending this dude y'all money and stuff, that's fine. I think you're a bunch of dummies for it. If you want me to be real, why am I going to send somebody stuff that got to lie about people? Right? So anyway, I just got off the phone to ask Brenda, did they come back out there? And she said, yeah, Ricky came out, Larry came out, Candace came out. Now, my thing, you went out the first time off a freaking lie. Now you back there again off a freaking lie. So Brenda was telling me that Ricky or whoever talking about how the Mayas supposed to been calling them bad names and all this type of stuff. You know, the racism stuff again. And Brenda said there's no such thing. Now, one thing you got to understand, if you are attacking someone, they're going to do whatever they can to defend themselves. So you calling people out their names or you doing whatever you can to get their attention to say something negative so you can turn around and say, see, excuse me, I told y'all they was racist, I told y'all this, I told y'all that, but you back out there messing with them. And the sad part about it, some of us are so naive that we can't distinguish the truth between a lie. Look what Larry over there doing when he talked about me and the lady, Angela Johnson. Angela Johnson deals with mental issues. And her family watching Larry, coaching her into saying the stuff that she's saying. Not just her family, her friends too. Angela Johnson, because I keep saying Davis, had met up with Pastor Judy, which is a friend of hers. But they all know that this woman, you know, don't have it all. She going to go to Pastor Judy, tell her, he following me, he's stalking me. So Pastor Judy said, well, why didn't you call the police? Then this is the stuff she wants y'all to believe. Why am I going to stalk her? You 50-something years old. You over 200 pounds. What am I stalking you for? Because I like you? No. So I feel like this and not being smart, they digging a grave for themselves. And when I say they digging a grave, they digging a hole for themselves to get in trouble. Because I know how y'all like to play with people's words. They digging a hole for themselves to get in trouble. So mind you, I ain't got time for it. And I told everybody that's like on Larry's page and they could see what Larry's saying and stuff like that, let Larry do what he got to do. Because the good part about it, don't none of Larry people know me. Right? And they don't want to get to know me because you rather believe in the lie than to find out the truth. So my thing is, do what you gotta do. Let me try to see, can I put this on my YouTube? How I can do my YouTube. So I came on for a reason, and I am going to, I don't want all played. I think I'm at the one here. Nope, this is from July. Where's the other one? I need the one from the day. I need the one from the day. And I'm just telling y'all, I'm not pressed about none of that bull junk that's going on outside of this. I want y'all to know that. 10 minutes ago. All right, I see it now. And like I told everybody else, if this is what Larry got to do to make himself feel good or make his balls seem bigger, then that's him. That's him. And if this would help him and y'all want to be entertained like that, that's fine. Because my thing is, feed me the truth. Don't be feeding me no lies. And then I'm going to go around looking at this dude in a nasty way, thinking that he's really about what this dude over here is saying. So y'all judge me before you get to know me, which goes to show me how healthy you are here. Because that's sad. I'm not going to follow somebody I know that deliberately making up stuff about people. I'm not going to do it. But not to go too far from there, because of Fox 45 News, right? And me and Julian has talked. And Julian said, man, we're going to strengthen the community up. You are a voice for Baltimore City. Now, a lot of people don't like to deal with me because I don't focus a lot on the problem. So once I know what we're trying to do right, my goal is to go for the solution. So I believe, and I'm just looking at what God is doing with the people that he's bringing in my life now. I do believe that these are the people that he wants us to get the stuff done with as far as helping his people. Now, Fox 45 News, because Julian said we're going to strengthen the community up. He gave me a little idea where the people that doesn't have a voice for the stuff that they do, I told him I'm going to make a little list. I was going for about 15 to be a part of what we trying to do. And our whole goal with this team right here, or my whole goal with this team, is for this team to meet every crisis or need or suffering that our people in Baltimore City is dealing with. So you got to have your own team to touch every corner. So the more I'm aware of the issues, this what's going on in Baltimore City, my goal is to reach out to people that actually have programs that they're working more into the solution if you want to get something done. Now you can sit up there and talk about, well, we got this going, we got that going, but nothing is actually slowing down. It's not to say your program might not be working. You might not have enough people put together to see the effect in the solution. So my thing is, okay. What can we do to kind of help speed up the process of slowing this stuff down? I was getting ready to send Jason a message about the surveillance plane, right? And I wanted Jason to know, bro, it's nothing wrong with the way you kind of put the eye in the sky out, but it's too technical. And you need to make it simple for people to understand why we got the surveillance plane that's supposed to be returning. We don't need Brandon Scott in them. So my thing is, if it's going to be returned and we don't need Brandon Scott in them, then maybe you need to stop saying fly the goddamn plane. And not only that, when you talk about the plane, you got to keep it simple for simple people to help them understand, right? The plane is to monitor the 4 major high crime areas. Now, if you're not out there breaking the law, then you don't have to worry about us pulling up that data on you. You got the 4 major high crime areas in the ghetto where most of your people are being killed and all this type of stuff, drugs and all this type of stuff. So you want to monitor the 4 major high crime areas. Then you want people to understand the reason why we're doing what we're doing, right? Is not to lock nobody up, but understand this. If you do the crime, what's the next step? You do the time. So if you don't want to get into the system that you know not going to treat you fair, then don't do the crime, right? My thing is you got to give people something to think about first. So that's the whole goal with that, to give you something to think about, to deter your thinking. And guess what? On top of that, what I tell a lot of our young men that's out there doing what they do, I said, if you shoot each other, we don't need nobody to be an eyewitness because your behavior, check it out, is going to tell on itself. So you can't blame somebody for snitching or telling because your behavior is going to tell on you. The only way we can pull that data up is from a 911. And that's the only way we can pinpoint and do the necessary work to gather the information to give to the detectives. So people want to come in with everything else except for trying to have a clear understanding of why we do what we do. Reason why I supported the Eye in the Sky, because I'm so sick and tired of our black young men going out there killing each other off. And the sad thing about it, y'all know who's doing it because most of them are our nieces, nephews, sons, daughter, gangbangers. They are your family members. And you are afraid to turn your own family member in, but it's okay if they go kill somebody. But then when somebody kill them, now you want everybody to feel sorry for them. No, you get what you deserve. So the thing is, a lot of the parents is not stepping up to the plate of the destruction of what their children is doing. We gotta be real, y'all. And I'll help you understand a little bit more of this too. A lot of drugs, a lot of the guns that's being tunneled in, it's not tunneled in from your, I'm gonna say from the local level. It's coming from up above down to the local level. So you think the police department, the DEA, the FBI, the CIO, do y'all really think they don't know who pouring the drugs in the way it's coming in? And if you making 200 million a year, 300 million a year, you can go and give them a bus of $20 million to make it seem like it's a real big bus. And y'all doing something. Because you can afford to lose certain things. Let's be real. It's starting from here. And it's pouring down. into the community. Abandoned houses, abandoned properties, rats and stuff running all around. Trash all hanging out all out. They ain't picking up the trash like they used to. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end up, they got this thing they put together, right, where you rally them in one place and then you let them kill each other off. But then you got your famous cheerleaders, right? The white man is, and the white man is, and the white man is. You got black conservatives that's taking us down too. So if you look at it, you're not seeing the face of the white man. You seeing the face of the black man that's destroying his own people in their own community. So in all that of me saying what I say, because I'm kind of used to what's happening, and we've been looking for our politicians to support and do the job for us that we are afraid to do for ourselves. That's why we point the finger. That's why we point the finger. So now I'm sitting down. Housing is a major part. But let me rephrase something too, what I started learning in this process. If you never find a way to make Baltimore City safe again, and that's for jobs and all that type of stuff, to want to come in, bring businesses in, and a lot of them want to, but it's the fear of burning it down. Y'all showed them we have no problem of burning your business down. So now you got a lot of businesses that will not invest back in Baltimore like that. So when y'all start talking about the jobs are gone and this is gone, you got to look at why. Y'all don't want to look at that. Not only that, do y'all remember with the school system? I can tell you right now that guess what? The lottery people is paying their part of giving back to the state or the government for these schools. They giving their money for these schools. It's just that the school's supposed to add the same amount they did to help with the schools. If y'all get into some of these organizations, you will understand why certain things not happening. But anyway, we talking about the school system. Somebody mentioned the other day that Chantalicia, they need to fire her because she's making what, maybe $250, $270, $100,000 for doing what she do, and they feel like she's not doing the change. Children knows now that all they have to do is get a D and they can still pass. As with that 60 or 50, I don't know how it dropped down to it, but I noticed they've been talking about that lately. So now you got the school system that's passing our kids, and our kids ain't passing themselves. And as parents, you are right with that. I was with a friend of mine, and I don't want to mention his name, but he mentioned something about the assent of the decree. The assent decree. He said right now schools are signing a consent decree, where at one point, say like the kids coming into school, they hanging their pants down, they doing this, they doing that. At one point, the teachers could discipline them and tell them that you can't wear this or pull your pants up, stuff like that. He said now the teachers can't even say nothing to them no more because of the dissent decree. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying it right. I was like, wait a minute, I thought that was more like with the police. And kids know that if they only have to come 3 days out the week for school to pass, rather than coming every 5 days to pass, they will stick to the 3 days. Because it ain't nothing the school can do. They know it. So basically what I'm saying with the school system, a lot of the stuff that was more available for us back during Jim Crow time, during Martin Luther King time, Malcolm X time, we're in 2021 time, and time has changed from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, but we still living back there. We will not move forward if you do not deal with what's ever going on in the here and now. We will never move forward. Because a lot of people too busy coming in and talking about what happened in 1999 when I was in Lamel, when I was in Douglas. Well, you're not in Lamel. You're not in Douglas. You've been out of school for 30, 40 something years, and you still talking about back then. So what worked back then, they're not practicing now. So you got to find another way to work on the solution. So when I'm sitting somewhere, right, and I hear y'all talking about what needs to be done, what we need to do, you know, certain little things. We just talking. Well, I've been over to Africa and I did events in Africa, California. I got my MBA, my DAC, and I got all of this, and I'm flying all over the world, but I'm not helping where I should be. But I'm real intelligent because I done put some stuff together. But I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over here, I'm over there, and I'm sounding good. But you don't sound as bad as Steve. So Steve don't get the attention, or Steve don't, oh God, there you go again, stuff like that. Like I'm the biggest problem y'all have in Baltimore City. No, he's not. So I have sat in a lot of meetings throughout the years. I have talked about a lot of things throughout the years. God have given me all the tools and helping his people throughout the years. So the things is now applying those spiritual principles and stuff like that to the areas of our lives where we can be better a day at a time. So with all this said and out the way, I'm sitting up here. I got some great people that then came into my life. I don't expect a lot of chaos and confusion from these people because you know why? They have their own businesses. They have their own ways of doing things. It's just for us to collaborate together. So I don't need you to say, watch out for that person, watch out for that. I'm not here, believe me. Because everybody that I'm dealing with basically have their own way of doing things. We'll be honest, y'all will never have to meet. It will get done. And the reason why I'm saying it will get done, because number one, I know what God wants me to do. So God is putting the people there. So whenever I need to reach out to them, like sending people here and there for us to grow together and do what we got to do, they already got their own businesses. So I'm going to share a little bit of this, and then I am going to get off. Julius Smith Downey is the CEO of BOTS. I'm going to say mental health program. It's one of the largest mental health programs in Baltimore City. Her nonprofit is called Annie Mae Place. Our goal with, I'm going to say, some of the clients is to move them into housing and be able to provide the services for them that Melvin Mathis program is all about. We are one family health service of Maryland. Melvin program provides every single thing that we need for them to come in and maintain that house. Now, most of the people that I'm looking at, that's, I'm going to say encampment people like that, they need that special help, and they need to be signed away, they need to be medicated, and when they come back out, they're a little bit more stable now. Strengthen the community can pick them up. We can put them into my program with We Are One Family. We have a home care specialist that will make sure they're taking their medication. If you're diabetic or you dealing with certain other issues and you're part of our care, the goal is to have that home care provider or specialist to do the necessary things that needs to be done. Tyrone Maxwell is he's a real estate, a realtor with Keller and Williams. Tyrone goal is to basically help us build on our housing program. Tyrone Maxwell was telling me how Keller and Williams, I'm going to touch on it a little bit because he filled me in just a little bit, where something about where you rent to own, and they have you in this 5-year program where actually you buy your home, as long as it's around about $50,000. So I'm going to let Tyrone, when that time comes, to explain that a little bit more. But Tyrone Maxwell is with Keller Williams, 3M Realtor Company. So anybody that maybe want to reach out to Tyrone, like for housing and stuff like that, I'm talking about purchasing a home and stuff, reach out to Tyrone. And he's at Keller Williams, the 3 M's, Keller Williams 3M Realtor Company. And I'm going to hurry up and give his number. Tyrone number is 443-248-7965. 243-248-7965. Charles Covington. He's part of our apprenticeship program. His goal is to work with our, I'm going to say, young men and ex-offenders, stuff like that, because this is a program because he does diesel mechanic and auto repairs. He can teach them the apprenticeship part. Now, Charles' number is 443-768-0516. And it's Chapter 2, My Empire Automotive Repair Shop. So this is what we're working with him. He's already a mechanic. He's already prepared. He's already ready to do what needs to be done with the training process. I had a phone call today with another young man around about Charles' age that's interested in doing auto mechanic work. We're going to put them two together because what I was told, this young man has some property that he on where they can actually build and work off of that property. See, this is what you do when you network. Now, I'm going to go back to, I'm not going to give y'all Annie Mae phone number because she needs a business number. But Melvin Mathis from We Are One Family Health Service, his number is 443-564-4483. And I'm just saying, y'all, he's providing everything that we need as far as home care and all of that for our housing. His organization is providing everything. Now we have Paul Brookshire. Paul Brookshire is MLC Construction. Paul Brookshire, until we get another number, I'm going to give you the number that I had. And that's 443-596-7516. That's 443-596-7516. ML Construction. The whole goal with ML Construction, because he is a licensed developer, contractor, however you want to do it. He can certify you in plumbing, bricklaying, cement finishing, HVAC. He can certify you, lead removal and all of that. He does lead removals and everything. But this is his business, MLC Construction. Once I get the name for M, L, and C, I will give that out because I started looking it up and I started realizing it's a lot of other businesses that breaks theirs down for MLC, right? So Paul Brookshire is one of the people that I trust and believe in. Paul Brookshire is the guy that I be picking with people with. Like if I die today or tomorrow, I know he got little Steve back. Little Steve and his son are best friends, and they've been friends since they was like maybe 4 or 5, playing soccer and everything. So I know Paul family, Paul know my family. And my family don't have nothing to do with Angela Johnson. Okay? That's out the picture. So that's what Paul does. MLC Construction. And the number, once again, because our whole goal of me giving y'all this stuff, I want y'all to support the people and their businesses. And not only that, once we start, I'm gonna say, doing the rehabbing and revitalizing houses, Paul will be in charge of that. So when we get to the point that we feel like we need new master contractors to come in and take over certain things, I don't have no problem with that. Okay? But for one, you're gonna have to go through MLC Construction and myself. Maybe Pastor Judy as well. Because we all under this one umbrella. And that's not to move no one person goes hungry out the way. No one person goes hungry, which is with Chef Roland Hall. Chef Roland Hall is right there where I'm at with Miss Judy. So basically, I'm looking at Chef and I because of the no one person goes hungry. I'm looking at us for doing a lot of the getting the houses and everything and contracting like MLC to do the work. That's where I'm at. If we see that we need other contractors, whether you're white or black, I don't care. I was just going to do the black thing at first. I am not doing it because number one, I'm not going to get myself bent over all the time looking at black people when y'all know we really can't get along together. I'm not going to take myself through that. But anyway, Tracy Brown. Tracy Brown has a phone number. Now let me make sure I give y'all the right phone number. I don't want to give you her cell phone. It's 443-267-8110. And that's 243-267-8110. The reason why I reached out to Tracy Brown, because Tracy Brown know about, she does entrepreneurship with entrepreneurs, building businesses. I'm just looking at this a little bit, y'all. Starting up nonprofits, anything that you need help with, like grant money, somebody to sit down and help you get your business proposal together, somebody to help you sit down and get your nonprofit together, somebody to help direct you towards the money that you need. That's why Tracy Brown is right there. Tracy Brown is coming on as our strategist. So anything that we might need to add and take from whatever business proposal or whatever nonprofit that we present her with. And not only Tracy Brown, Dr. Brooks from DC is another one that's real good with this type of stuff. So my goal with Tracy closer. So everything we need, that's what I want Tracy to do. Not just in building us up and making sure we following the laws with everything, what they want, what they don't want business wise. I want Tracy to kind of like come in if we have seminar classes, if we have classes with, and I'm gonna say this too, home buying programs. That's something that we're going to be doing too if Tracy Brown does that as well as Charles Monroe, then we're kind of collaborate together because the whole point is to get whomever into the home buyers program to make sure we get you in there in time to work on your credit score and all this type of stuff. So once you leave our program, you can get the key to the affordable house you want. If you don't want a house, you can get the key to your rental property. If you don't want a rental property, you can get the key to your apartment. Because all of that is under the umbrella of helping you as you transfer through I'm gonna say my program. So it's not just my program. When I say my program, this is my baby. Basically, let me just say that this is my baby. But I got Chef with me, and I got Pastor Judy with me. So I'm not trying to put nobody in that sense out. So everything else provides a service for everything that we need to get done to help us in Baltimore City to deal with these crises. Now, when I talk about apprenticeship programs, when I talk about stuff like that, just understand it's about getting our young men and black women off the corners. Everything we talking about, the ex-offenders that's coming home and feel like they can't make it anywhere. This is everything I'm telling y'all about. That's why the people in place. We got Charles Monroe. I just mentioned Charles Monroe not too long ago. Now, let me share it with y'all. Already did on that one. Renaissance Lending have a program too that they're working with people. Now, I will let Charles explain that again too, because from what Charles was telling me, they've been doing a great job in other areas. Now, Charles is with a lending company. Long as your paperwork is in order and everything, if you need Charles to do what you need to do, Charles' number is 443-838-4030. 443-838-4030. And his name is Charles Monroe. He's with Renaissance Lenders. So we talking about somebody that can help you with I want to say the real estate or whatever, but at least getting the money. He's with a lending company. I believe in Charles. I trust Charles. I reached out to Charles a while back before I ended up on the couch conversation. And his goal was to help me get money to do some houses. We kind of made it to the green light, made it. And whatever happened. So I ain't going to get all into that. And what I love about this, and y'all keep in mind, that's the Renaissance. So everything we're doing as time start moving on, when we start rehabbing and revitalizing houses, right? Josh Moore, and his number is 443-355-3803. And that's 443-355-3803. And that's Josh Monroe. Watch him give a tell you right here, right? He's the founder and CEO of Feelings, Inc. Now, this is what this is what Josh. And then again, too, let me say this. He's the founder of Capable Streetwear. I seen some of his clothes and products that he made, right? That he's producing. So I want to say that before I go back into this one. What I love about Feelings Inc., right? Charles deal with more like our disabled people. They might be blind, they might be, I'm gonna say, in wheelchairs, or they might be whatever, right? And I don't mean whatever in a arrogant or ignorant way. I didn't mean it like that. But what Josh does, God, please forgive me. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Josh business proposal. Not just I was looking at Joel's business proposal. I was looking at I keep calling Charles Josh Charles. I was looking at Josh's business proposal. And he had floor plans, right, for disabled people, like how he want the apartment set up, stuff. Because I don't know if he's going to do a whole household, because some people can't travel like that. They need just a certain amount of space to walk in, work in. So later on, if he is, he can explain that. So the way I'm looking at it, Charles have his floor plans. If you're blind, he got it fixed where you can get around, maneuver. If you're in a wheelchair, or maybe whatever health conditions you may have. This is the whole goal of Charles' vision and mission for the disabled. And if you see his stuff, man, it is bad. So in the process of what we're doing, we want to make sure Charles gets some. I mean, God, please, y'all, forgive me. Please, Josh, forgive me. I don't know why I keep saying Charles, but please forgive me, bro. Josh Moore. You see his floor plans. When I watched him, it blew me away because this man got everything right there that he wants to help the disabled people. And his goal is to help you to be able to like live and provide for yourself as normal as possible. So that means cooking, cleaning, washer, dryer, setting the place up. So when I looked at his floor plan and just how he put everything together blew me away. Because a lot of people don't build places for disabled people. Understand, they don't. So the goal with Josh and what we saying as time go on, he can get connected with like I'm trying to think of the blind places like that teaches the blind how to be more productive and stuff like that on their own. And not only that, I got a group of people that teaches them all that, like dance and music, art, theater. So it's the independence that I'm looking at with Josh, and helping that person that might have a disability but feel like they never amount to something. They will amount to something. They can take care of their own selves, right? So that's what I love about Feelings with Josh. And I apologize again and again. Excuse me. Feelings Inc. is Josh Moore, baby. 443-355-3803. And the reason why I'm saying this, y'all, and I'm giving y'all the people names because I want y'all to be able to reach back out in the process of everything that we're doing. I even have Cherie Rogers right here, right? And I called Cherie because I didn't want to give like the wrong number out. But her business number is 410-501-7286. 410-501-7286. Standing Strong Mentoring. Standing Strong Mentoring. And I believe Cherie jumped into another process which she put in God's hands. And the reason why I'm giving y'all this number, or Cherie, I have worked with Cherie. And the reason why I said I have worked with Cherie, Cherie and I fed the homeless together. Well, we fed up Park Heights, made hot meals on Thursdays, and just gave them back out. So we had recovery houses coming out. We had people in the community coming out. We even had during the time when Theru, Fred Newsom, when they was running for mayor, we had Giovanni, we had Christopher, we had Tim Faisenberger, we had so many of the Republicans and the Democrats. I had them come together and doing work together. So understand this, because we look at people political and religious party, or we look at people political party, understand this, they're human beings. And you got to learn to separate their political party from the human being. You got me? So anyway, these people came out, they helped Cherie and I try to get our program at the restaurant up off the ground. The first floor was supposed to be used for more like the cooking classes, the restaurant part. Upstairs was more like supposed to turn into like a community center, right? But it didn't happen. And I'm not going to get all into the whys. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it myself. So anyway, it didn't happen. But we did what we could to provide for the community. Cherie works with a lot of the youth. You can look on her page and you can see stuff for yourself. She then fed the homeless a lot. She's her own person. What I love about Cherie, I picks with her a lot because I say she do 1,001 things just like me, just the woman version. So she's a go-getter. And what I told Cherie, I'm putting her on this list because I want her to continue doing the stuff that she's doing to help out in the community. She has a mobile home where she feeds out the mobile home. Our new mission now, I'm not going to get deep into that, but it's something else I threw at her what we can do with the motorhome. So that's something we're going to work on too. And I'll explain it to you later. But Standing Strong Mentoring. And her whole project is about mentoring young people. 410-501-7286. Now, I'm going to just say Be More Green project. These are some people down in the building where Rodney Carr Center is at. I'm just say center. So it's a lot of them in there, and there's certain things that they do because their goal is to build back up in that area too. They have a vegetable garden. And from what I understand, they don't just have one, they have two vegetable gardens where they're teaching kids to do the necessary things as far as growing vegetables and stuff like that. That's part of their, it's a food desert. And then we don't have a lot of supermarkets within the inner city communities. So that's their whole goal, is to help people to learn to grow their own vegetables and stuff, since we do not have the inner city communities. Markets. Now, I'm going to check with them because I do have their numbers. But for right now, we got Brother Butler, because if I say his first name, I'm going to jack it up. And then we have Jay Reese, and this is a woman. I sat with them for about I know it was well over 2 hours. And we just talked about, everything, and everything is catered more to our children. But before you can actually move the kids forward, you ask me, you got to deal with the parents. Because whatever our kids out there doing and whatever program our kids are in, they go back home. So if they is in unhealthy conditions, can you understand why? They bring it out in the streets. Now I'm going to say this, because this is what I've done with my multi-purpose center. I have a daycare in my multi-purpose center. Once we get it lined up, right? I'm talking about active. I have a daycare. The reason why I have that daycare, because you have a lot of young ladies or babies, 12, 13, 14, 15. They have babies. Some of them are forced to having sex and end up getting pregnant. Or some of them, well, the rape part I'm talking about. So in my business proposal, it said, what would your recreation center be different? Why? What makes your recreation center different compared to others? That's where the nursery coming in. If it's a young lady at home know how to sing real well, want to go into acting or theater and stuff like that, music, art, theater. This is what I want to do with my part of the multi-purpose center. Now, it don't have to be in one spot. I understand today that we can take programs in, so I'm all right with that, right? But the multi-purpose center, I mean the nursery. I don't want no female to feel like they can't come out and like take up singing classes. Somebody teach them how to use their voice. I don't want no kid to feel like they can't come out. Mainly the young lady, because she got a baby and she can't leave the house without the baby. But bring the baby to the nursery that we're gonna have inside. And then I want a psychiatrist to come out once a month until we can get them out twice a month. Well, not just a psychiatrist, a therapist, or something like that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of men, boys, whoever, are raping these young ladies, and they pregnant, or they have the babies, and they're going to need somebody to talk to. So I'm just saying this to throw hints. Once we start on that process, if you home raping or molesting or feel like you need to sleep with your girlfriend, do it, and all that type of stuff, and she didn't got pregnant, but she didn't tell her mother it was by you, she going to tell. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying that, because that's why I want the therapist to come out. So once we find out which young ladies, or boys too, that's being taken advantage of in that way, you're going to jail. And did I stutter? You're going to jail. No, I would not like to see that happen, but to protect our children, and I know a lot of them are getting raped. I know a lot of them are getting molested. I know a lot of them getting beat up. If it's not from the mother, it's from the boyfriend or the father. So when I start moving in that area, and I find out from dealing with other people that such and such is happening to little Debbie or whatever, I'm going to step in. Just like I said, I did foster care. So I understand what needs to be done. I did mentoring. So I understand what needs to be done. I dealt with like foster care. I mean, what's the social workers for foster care and stuff? CPS workers. I dealt with them in the process of me doing foster care and all of that. So the point is, guess what? Check this out. I made a report to somebody about another issue. And a lot of the workers don't believe in the kids when they say certain things. And I found that out. Because I was a grown man trying to tell people certain things. And they didn't want to believe in me, and I had to get ghetto on them. So what I started understanding, a lot of them be saying stuff like this: kids too smart, they just say stuff, they just say this, say that. And I was looking at this person saying that, and I'm like, oh. Because from what I understand, I'm thinking that if the kid come to you and saying that they being raped or molested, that's something you gotta invest. And if they're around the age of, say, 10, I'll give it to maybe 14. I'm gonna say that right. If they around that age where they should not be having sex, then maybe that should be questioned. Mainly somebody 9, 10, or 11, 13, 14. If somebody tell you something is happening or they active at those ages, maybe you need to take a closer look. Y'all are not gonna like me. Y'all are not gonna like me. Because that's my goal. And when that time comes for us to work, or for me to specifically work with the multi-purpose centers, we're going to address them issues. One thing that kills me, I know a lot of programs that work with the youth, but a lot of programs don't work with the issues at home. That the youth leaving your program happy, joyous, and free, but going back to be miserable. So I watch a lot of y'all, how y'all talking about the great things that you doing and mentoring and sponsoring and doing this and that. That's fine. But it's the children. And the children is not the issue. It's wherever they going back home to. That's the root to a lot of their problems. I love y'all. Good night. And I'm out. So y'all wanted to look.